About Brother Kel, when you posted up a video with G Herbo, Little Herb, Herbert Wrights, Chicago rapper who's known for this quote unquote drill scene here, and I thought about what you said about how he had like a entitlement mentality, but also encouraged a lot of that dysfunction that goes on in the black community. I always like to call gangbangers domestic terrorists. I got nothing.
Domestic terrorists.
Bunch of domestic terrorists. Donald Trump, that fool wants to bring the feds to the street. Kanye wants to bring out Larry Hoover, which I find improbable, but I wouldn't be against it because at least at that point in time, there was a lot more structure. But when you cut off the head, which is the man, and in this case, the black man, then the rest is going to fall suit. These black women can't maintain the community, Brother Kel. They've done it their way. They've done it their way for almost half of a century.
Right.
I look at all these videos on World Star Hip Hop, on Bossip. I see it on the Vines, just all these fight compilations. And I can guarantee you every last one of those people were raised in a single mother household. I'm not saying every person who was born in a single mother household is inherently violent, but you can clearly see that there's a correlation between the two.
Yeah.
When women say they like excitement in their life, that's usually equivocal to violence, drama, gossip.
Violence, trouble, drama. Okay, yeah, violence, trouble, trouble, drama, crime.
Yep. Because I put up a status, Brother Kel, a few months ago this year, and I said one of the main things, as far as I'm concerned, that lies within the community and mental illness is that you see that the parenting isn't there. The parenting is non-existent.
It's non-existent.
And I had a black woman argue with me, like she really tried to look at that and made it seem like I'm saying something that is just so far-fetched or something so hyperbolic. I'm not saying that there isn't chemical factors and things that have to do with the chemical imbalance, but I'm saying the primary cause, most of these kids don't have parents in their life, and more specifically and especially fathers. No type of... Go ahead.
You can't argue and say, oh man, well, see, I need to have choice. But yet, okay, you're arguing and claiming you want choice. But yet it's like, look at the overall behavior that is taking place, okay? So look at the overall behavior that's taking place, okay? And then, at the end of the day, after those monstrous choices have been made, turn right back around and say, "Oh, well, see, I wouldn't behave like this if black men would have, will control this." And it's like, wait a minute, you took every ounce of, you fought for the control.
You did.
Fought for it. Okay, fought for the control. Okay? The mindset that most of these domestic terrorists, okay, these little gang-banging fools carry, okay, it's a mindset of one of, oh, well, see, I'm entitled. You see, I should be able to do this, rob these fools and do this and do that. I should just be able to do this.
Yep.
Okay, you can't just outright spoil the living hell out of some little boy. I'm going to get my baby the Jordans and this. But as he gets older, all right, number one, he's not used to doing chores or, earning things himself.
Exactly.
Okay?
I've been taking out the trash since I was 8, Brother Kel.
Right. Okay, I was cutting grass and stuff like that. Okay, when I was like 9, 10 years old. Okay, taking out the trash, just like you. When I was like 7, 8 years. That's about 7, 8 years old. That's when you start doing that. Okay? Well, you cannot do that. Okay? Have that sort of crappy mindset and crappy attitude. And then at the end of the day, say, oh, well, see, if his father was there, it's like, wait a minute, sister, you pushed his father out.
He either pushed his father out or you looked for one of these do-nothing thug-ass niggas that you see roaming around the street.
Do-nothing-ass dudes. Okay.
I know plenty of girls here in Chicago who got impregnated by a bunch of gangbangers. I don't like nigglets, like for real.
Yeah, just like I know plenty of them in this area. So I got one for you, man. Okay, I got one for you.
Yeah.
Okay. I messed around. I told you I used to work for DHR when I was younger, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I messed around, and when I was in school, one of the internships that I had 2 internships, but one of the internships that I had was working with it was working with the courts.
Yeah.
Okay, working for the courts. All right. On my break sometimes, when I would be, delivering things and running back and forth, I would sit in on some of the court cases just to blow time sometimes, or just to wait for somebody that I knew I had to deliver something to. So check this out. On some days, I used to go down to the family court where they had the child support hearings. And on some days, I would go upstairs to like juvenile, where the juvenile court proceedings were. On other days, I would go to where, there'd be more serious, the serious offense. And every time, okay, no matter what it was, that black female would just she would rear her ugly head. One particular time, I'll give you a good example. One particular time, oh man, this sister, messed around, and I camped out on the child support hearings. This sister messed around, right?
Yeah.
She trying to take her children's father. Notice I say her children.
Yep, plural.
She had 2. Okay, plural. Okay. She had 3 children by this fool.
Okay.
Okay. But she tried to take this fool. He had just gotten out of jail. Yeah, this dude had just gotten out of jail on drugs. He was a drug dealer. On possession with intent to, distribute and all that. And he did like 8 years in prison. Now, this black female was in there demeaning and talking about this dude because when he got out, some friend of his, I guess, had a business or whatever, and went ahead and let him work for him. And he let him lie and claim that he only made. This is when I was in college. The minimum wage was still like $4 or $5 an hour.
Wow. We've come a long way.
$4 $4.50. Check this out. She was arguing with the judge, claiming that this is some, like, she was cussing the judge out. If there was any way that you could record stuff back then, I wish I would have. Because she was like, this is some straight up bullshit. She was like, I got 3 kids by this sorry ass nigga. And Your Honor, he's a drug dealer. And I'm like, wait a minute. You had 3 kids by him. And you know he sells dope. Knows that his trapping ass sells dope. Got 3 kids by him.
Right.
Okay. She the judge was like, well, ma'am, I'm gonna have to honor. She was like, this man has been locked up for 8 years, and she was like, he got out and got gainfully employed, and I'm gonna have to honor his request to lower the child support amount. She had some simping ass dude.
Of course.
Boyfriend or what have you, that was in court. Okay? And he was like, man, well, see, man, let me say something real quick, yo. See, I'm the one paying for them girls, and I pay everything for them. Man, this sorry, man. Man, he was locked up and blah, blah.
I don't even call them stepdads. People who talk like that. I call them simp dads.
Simp dads. She was in there shedding her little false tears, talking all this shit. And I'm just sitting there shaking my head. The bailiff is laughing his ass off. Because he knows. He's like, while this Negro was busy selling dope, who was he buying gifts for? Yeah, who was he buying gifts for? Who was he, who was he spoiling to death? Spoiling her dumb ass.
Yep.
I mean, it's absolutely hilarious, man. I mean, another particular day, I went to the juvenile wing.
Uh-huh.
I go there, and, oh, man, all these little sorry-ass mothers are in there arguing back and forth with the judges. Arguing back and forth with the judge and the administrators. I don't see why y'all... See, my child just need the right counseling and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, no. I'm sitting there, like, looking at this shit like, no. Your child needed a father long ago. Your child needed a community, okay, and father, okay? He didn't need, what he didn't need was your spoiled ass, okay, showing your ass and, acting a damn fool. Didn't need that. This one youngster that was in there, I'll never forget this shit.
Yeah.
He messed around and stole out of a fucking Kingdom Hall, of all places.
He stole out of a what?
He stole out of a Kingdom Hall.
Wow.
A damn Jehovah's Witness church, basically. Stole out of a Kingdom Hall. nigga, he stole out of the damn Kingdom Hall and got chased down by the men in the Kingdom Hall. And they caught him. And the mother, see how stupid, simple, and sorry the mother was, right? She's sitting up there arguing. The point that she's trying to argue is the following. Well, see, I know that they caught my son with that stuff and all that, but I mean, they ain't had to chase him across the parking lot into that field. So what does this show you? See, my grandfather always had a statement. He used to, just like you say, the apple doesn't fall too far from the tree.
Yeah.
My father and my grandfather used to always say, "Look, son, the shell casing doesn't fall too far from the barrel. The barrel of the gun, okay? Don't fall too far. Okay, so where is he getting this mindset, okay, to steal and do these? He's getting that directly from his mother.
Yep.
Directly from her.
The most sick thing that I find between one of these single mothers and their sons, more specifically and especially, is this Oedipus complex that goes on.
And that's shit. That right there has to be the sickest thing that I've ever seen too.
Like, I look at Instagram posts, Brother Kel, and these mothers will have the son just all hugged up and
kissing their mothers in the mouth and shit like that. That's just sick.
This is my man and my son. I literally see captions like that. I'm like, oh my man. All because you couldn't be satisfied and you couldn't keep the man who you got impregnated by, who most likely was somebody who didn't want children, out the gates.
Thank you. Right, dude didn't want children. What does she do?
And then what's the next thing they do? They find a simp. They find them simp daddies, like you stated earlier about that.
Little simp daddy to come along. It's downright sad, man.
They want an educated church-going thug. That's the damn problem.
Educated church-going thug.
And I laugh at the situation with Bill Cosby, and R. Kelly came out with a song where he was making a bunch of confessions. This is about 20 minutes, Brother Kel.
20 minutes.
Who
supported that? Women.
Black women, of course. And I was thinking to myself, oh man, we still love you, R. Kelly. Oh man, we know that you gonna do right, R. Kelly. But oh my, wait a minute. Bill Cosby was buying out a network in support of black people, and he got caught up dealing with them Jews. And what do y'all do? Oh, he a rapist. You even got this dumbass bimbo Amber Rose running her mouth talking about.
Right. She look.
And she got a slut walk.
As if she's ever done anything for black people.
Nope. All she has done is create a slut walk and got rappers like 21 Savage saying that I'm a hoe, too.
Right. I'm a hoe, too, so I can't call her a hoe. I'm like, you Negroes, you can tell these fools were raised by their mother.
I was just going to get to that.
You can tell that they had absolutely no male authority in their lives.
Oh, my goodness. And it makes me think about what we also talked about before, Brother Kel, when A. Randolph, as well as that Sambo Negro W.E.D. Du Bois, was getting rid of, they had conspired against Marcus Garvey. And that was one of the first shots at getting rid of the black.
The first shot was getting rid of, before Garvey, you got to remember, before Marcus Garvey, they got rid, before Marcus Garvey, the man that they pushed out of the picture was, Yeah, the man that they pushed out of the picture before Garvey was what's my man? Booker T.
Booker T.
Washington.
I was gonna say Booker T. Booker T. Yeah, that's the only person I could think of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And actually tried to call him the sellout.
Yeah, I know.
He's the sellout. I'm like, wait a minute. He's trying to get black people to get their own businesses and okay. Get a piece of the industrial labor action and a piece of the agricultural labor action, but he's the sellout. This is the mindset of these Negroes.
I mean, you gotta understand, dudes. People who talk that BS are the same ones who are in support of A. Phil Randolph and W.E.D. Du Bois and Bayard Russ and that educated, effeminate. Man, you already know what it is, Brother Kel. That educated Sambo Boule mindset there, where they disregard the real causes and they don't ask the real questions. The internal factors that need to be answered and need to be dealt with. They don't want the solutions.
They don't want the solution.
At all.
What they want constantly, is look, the moment that you stop being a victim, the moment I can't profit from you. That's what they're thinking.
I challenge anybody, Brother Kel. I challenge anybody, any of these historical figures, be it Marcus Garvey, be it Booker T. Washington, be it George Washington Carver, be it Frederick Douglass. I challenge any of these conscious cats to tell me, have any of them emphasized on white supremacy? I challenge any of them to do that. Yeah, Malcolm spoke about it briefly, but he didn't go around talking about no victimology 101 like these niggas do. No.
Right. Like I said, man. I mean, it's quite sad that you got some of these Negroes who try their best to defend the idealism of people like Du Bois, people like A. Philip Randolph.
Yep. People like James Baldwin.
They try to defend the idealism, and it's like, take a fucking look around you. Look at black people in our entirety in the United States.
You know a show called Black-ish, Brother Kel?
Yeah, I know that show.
Yeah. Nas's little cousin, Yada Shahidi, she likes to promote and talks about how she's inspired by James Baldwin and the Oprah Winfreys of the world. And see, even something like that, she's a young lady, 18 years old. So, and I think to myself, man, I can't even be mad at the youth because it's the so-called elders who keep pushing this BS. They don't want young black children to ask the real questions and want to, change this paradigm that we currently have right now, because it's a chaotic one. You can't sit here and complain about the white man and all that and then talk about interracial dating and swirling like Crystal and Karazine and all that BS.
Exactly, you can't.
Like when I see captions and posts of a lot of these sisters saying, "Where are our black men?" They gone, and they gone because you dragged them out. Either you dragged them out or you looked for the black men who didn't give a fuck about you in the first place.
You can't sit there and laugh. Just like I said in my last probably classic video.
Mm-hmm.
Where I talked about, I forget what I called it. But yeah, I spoke of I was on University of Maryland's campus.
Uh-huh.
And I saw those sisters sitting there laughing at that African brother. Okay.
Oh, I saw that video. Yeah.
Laughing at his clothes and shit. While those simping those dumb, dusty, simping Negroes were sitting there, yeah, he do little TV. But I'm like, Negro, she's getting her education and all that shit, while your dumb ass is... Okay? Those very women will sit there. Those very women will sit there, okay? And we've all seen them.
Yeah.
We've all seen what they do. Okay, they'll sit there and complain left and right. Okay, about the quality of the type of dudes that they fuck with. I was watching one of these divorce shows one day.
Uh-huh.
The sister's on there complaining about. She's sitting there complaining about this man that she had 5 children by. Okay, she was like, all he do is just like, I mean, when I first met him, he played football, and I met him when we was in school and whatnot. And he, I used to tell him back then, well, you shouldn't clown around so much and stuff. You got some talent. You can make it. You can make it to college and possibly play in the NFL or stuff like that, right?
Right.
But he never really did nothing with his life. I'm sitting there looking. I'm like, sister, you're a damn clinical nursing assistant. You're a CNA. Took some little bullshit course where they taught your dumb ass how to take blood pressure and stuff like that. All right. You feel that you're a cut above this brother now. But you got 5 kids by him. 5.
Yep.
5 kids by this guy.
And you know something, Brother Kel? I thought about a comment that you made in my World War Chirac video about how we need to keep documenting all these facts and the dysfunction that go on in the community.
Documenting it. And as I said before, okay, keep documenting it. It's right there. It's right there. The whole world sees it.
Yeah. And I say that to say, yeah, no problem, Brother Kel.
No, go ahead.
I say that to say, even though it's important that we get on these black women's ass, at the end of the day, and even you've stated this, and this is something, a thought process that I've had for a while, at the end of the day, it is on us. At the end of the day. So we can't, and I'm glad that you don't do this, Brother Kel, but a lot of these cats out here, like the Manosphere and a lot of these cats in McTowell, what you cannot do is just sit here and just, you go on these diatribes and there's no substance, there's nothing constructive about it, and you're not doing something yourself about it. That little
phony Manosphere, their goal, to me, their goal is, I don't know, they're chasing views, man.
Yeah, but I say that to say because a lot of these brothers know what the issue is, but they still exploit it or use it for evil, so to speak. Like,
right.
I mean, you know that this is an issue, but y'all realize that you become an outlet to that dysfunction, meaning that you've hopped that same train that these black women are on.
Okay, what's his name, for example? The angry man, that fool. Okay? Angry man, when he stated he hasn't messed with one woman He said all the women that he has ever messed with were single moms.
Wow.
All the women that he's ever been sexually involved with, the whole nine, all of them were single moms. That right there speaks volumes. That speaks volumes right there. I'm like, brother, you never talked to one, you never had a relationship or anything outside of that single mom box. But yet you're on social media. Acting as if you're trying to give some sort of advice on relationships and whatnot. Like, you've got to be kidding me. Got to be kidding me. You know, then he got upset at that other brother or what have you.
Mm-hmm.
Made that video yelling and threatening. I'm like, wow. Like, they made that video yelling and threatening the brother and the whole nine.
Sheesh.
And then that's when some people, you know, they found out, you know, I guess they found out his name and all that. I guess his government name, and that's when they started going through like all his arrests and things of that nature. And he had a lot of, you know, petty possession, you know, drug possession, petty drug possession, arrests and things of that nature. And it's like, see, Negro, you're the very type of dude, okay? You're the very type of dude that we're talking about, okay? Who sits there, okay? You sit there and you cater to these single moms and these women, period.
Mm-hmm.
All right? But then when one of them gives you the blues, all of a sudden, yeah, one of them messed around and gave you the blues, you know. Now all of a sudden, it's like, nah, man, it's too late to join the team, bro. Too late to join. Okay?
Right.
It's just like, I told you, I love watching The Walking Dead.
Yeah.
Right? Now, if you watch The Walking Dead, okay, if you're up to speed with it, you'll see that Rick Grimes, the main character, like his group is now out of the stranglehold of it's the guy with the baseball bat. Negan.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're out of Negan's stranglehold. They're building up their little community and all this shit. But Rick Grimes' dumbass is, you know, I'm going to unite and, you know, I'm going to bring everybody together. It's like, wait a minute, fool. You're bringing some of Negan's henchmen in your fold. Fuck that. I'm going to kill their dumbasses. Before they get the opportunity to destroy what the fuck I have, I'm going to line every single one of those little bastards up,
shoot.
and I'm going to fucking execute them. And when I execute them, it's not going to be some simple, I'm going to shoot them, and no, fuck no. I need to make an example. I want their head lowered. Okay, no, I'm going straight up Spanish Inquisition type shit on them. All right? All right, I'm going to make a total example of every last one of them, okay? I'm going, like I said, I'm going straight up Spanish Inquisition, okay? I'm tying their bodies to Iron Maidens.
I'm glad you brought that up, Brother Kel, about making an example out of people, because that doesn't get done in the so-called black community.
It doesn't. It doesn't get done in the black community. Why? Because once again, see, somebody's mama or grandmama or one of these little good church folk, they got to come for, that's somebody's baby. That's somebody's baby you about to do that to. I'm like, look, yeah, that's somebody's baby that's now grown, and they're about to make things fucked up for my babies and my children and your children and everybody else's children.
Yep.
So I tell you what, we totally do away with them. Black people don't get it. Black people don't get it.
Nope.
Okay? When that slave master, okay, when that slave insurrection would happen, okay, when those slave insurrections would happen, what would those slave patrollers and those court magistrates and them slave owners do, as well as the poor whites who weren't even slave owners? What would they do? They would get together, all right? They would hang black folks even if they were rumored to have been talking, okay, to the orchestrators of the rebellion. Then they would take their bodies, behead them, and leave their heads on pikes. So everybody would see their head, a head with no body. Okay? And I know I sound completely brutal by taking it there, but using that analogy that I would be using, on what's the show, on The Walking Dead and whatnot, but I kind of take that same analogy to this shit that we've been involved in. My reasoning is very simple. Okay, marching does not work. Okay, nope. You cannot reason. Why am I going to try to reason with somebody who's so sick out of their brain that they'll murder me over a pair of Michael Jordan tennis shoes? Okay, they'll kill a kid. Yeah, they'll murder somebody.
Brother Kel, I learned a long time ago you can't reason with niggas. I had this Debo-looking fool try to get in a fight with me on the bus, and he started by trying to trip me, but I instantly got back up. I said nothing. Huh?
This dude did this and he didn't even know you?
Did not know me. He did not know me. We didn't exchange words. I barely even looked at the man.
Exactly. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Just to amuse himself. See? Throughout the course of my life, I've encountered far too many of these Negroes who behave like this.
Yep.
Okay?
Same here.
And my father really didn't understand this. Okay? I don't know, my father, I love him to death, but he was a natural optimist. Okay? Always thought, better of black people and stuff like that.
I mean, I try to put things in a context with your pops, Brother Kel, because he grew up in a time where there was more harmony.
Exactly. That's why. And see, I'm supposed to wait around, I'm supposed to be lenient and forgiving of some maniac. I'll give a good example, excellent example.
Okay.
You have a case going on right now.
Right.
Case going on right now in the DMV area. These dumb Negroes, years back, murdered an entire family and their maid. Okay? Murdered the family and the maid. The way they did it was this. One of the young men used to work for the company that the man was co-owner or owner of, right? That he worked as co-owner or owner of this company. this man, okay, these little dumb youngsters, I guess they had gotten word or what have you.
Yeah.
They had gotten word or what have you that that this man carried that he had like a big safety, that he had a safe in his house or what have you.
Okay.
So they these Negroes went into the house. They murdered the family maid. We're talking about $1 million home, man. Okay?
Yeah.
They murdered the family maid, after which the children were at the house. Okay? Kids at the house. They call up. Yeah, I think they waited for the wife. The wife comes home. They got her kidnapped too. They have her call the husband, right?
Yeah.
And they say, you know, what's the combination to the safe and all that stuff. So he messes around, do everything, gets to the house. They ended up shooting and killing the child or the children,
Oh,
the
man.
wife, the maid, and they killed him too. And check this out. One of the brothers that was involved, and he's trying to separate himself from his brother and one of the other accomplices. Well, see, I ain't do nothing. I wasn't a trigger man. I was the mother. But they have his fucking fingerprint on a piece of pizza at the house.
Oh, dumbass Negro.
Look, they have this dumb Negro's fingerprint on a piece of pizza at the house. Meaning this dumb Negro was so sick and out of his mind. Okay? He ate fucking pizza after murder, after helping in murdering this family. Like, he had the appetite to sit there and stomach that after butchering, murdering, look, an old lady, woman, kid.
You know, this reminds me of the situation when Jennifer Hudson's family was murdered.
Exactly. And see,
and my question is this. Because Jennifer Hudson, she had the wherewithal to do this. Why would you not take your family out of a place like fucking Inglewood?
thank you. And what does that say for black women once again? Okay? What does that say for these sisters once again? Okay?
Enticing by that chaos, man. By that dysfunction.
Nobody says a word. Nobody says a word when these sisters, okay, when they get the better job and stuff like that, and, okay, when they get employment opportunities, get better jobs, okay, get advancement opportunities to hell, get into the entertainment industry, just like she did, okay? Is anybody barking or saying, calling them a sellout for leaving the hood?
Hell no.
Is anybody calling them a sellout for leaving their family behind? No, they'll actually celebrate these women. Oh no, see, that sister done made the come up. I see you, girl. Look, I see you, girl.
Yeah.
Yeah, getting back to that case I was telling you about.
Yeah, back to that case.
Okay. That dumb Negro is fighting right now, trying to separate himself from his brother and one of the other assailants. Man, they trying to blame me. I'm like, Negro, they know that you were in the house. He's trying to claim that they tricked him into coming over there. But it's like, Negro, his brother and another dude had carjacked some woman and took her car. They took her car to the spot, okay, to the house, okay, where they eventually did these crimes. He actually drove the car too. And it took turns. But there was a separation because they dropped him off at his job.
Hmm.
When they dropped him off at his job, when they dropped him off at his job, he messed around and clocked in and all that. And then he met them later.
Yeah.
His defense is he's trying to say that when he met them later, he didn't know that he was meeting them at a house where they, was involved in, these type of crimes and shit. Man, I just carjacked, and see, this is how stupid. But see, I was just involved in a carjacking. I ain't do the other stuff. And it's like, these sisters kill me because I'm like, these are the type of guys that you mate with. These are the type of guys, okay? These are the type of guys that you publicly support. That you bring all this emotional support to.
Yep.
But then yet you still complain about these guys.
They gotta be like Tiffany Haddish, that's why. They gotta be really wanting a white man at the end goal.
That's what it is. At the end of the day, that's what it is. Okay? Think about it. I compare a lot of these black women. Okay? Their relationship choices are very similar to watching a baby in a high chair. A baby in a high chair, right?
Yeah.
Will have, different things right in front of him or her, while they're sitting on the high chair to amuse themselves and occupy themselves, right?
Yeah.
While the mom or dad is trying to prepare a meal or get them food, stuff like that, or trying to, get things together.
Uh-huh.
The baby will mess around. The baby will mess around and throw something off of, that's right out in front from the high chair. Mm-hmm. The mom or dad or child, like another child, they'll pick it up, give it right back to that baby. What does that baby do? Baby's gonna do it again. Baby's gonna throw it up. Because now that baby knows that, the baby knows that, got you on a yo-yo. I'm gonna keep on doing it. This is what these sisters keep doing in these type of relationships. It's like, well, wait a minute. You complain about baby daddy number one, okay? or that sister that I told you about that had 5 children by that little lunkhead dude that she said did nothing but just smoke weed, and all he do is just get high and blah blah, and he don't work, and he don't do this, he don't do that. It's like, shit, you had 5 children by this dude. It's like you kept picking them up, tossing them to the ground, they put them right back in front of you. And it's the same thing.
Yeah.
So
the most important thing that black men need to keep in mind is making money, of course, but you have to also sharpen your mind. You have to you have to really just sharpen your mind, because that's really what dictates how this world shifts and moves.
that's it.
That's it.